Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2021 Toyota Prius and its 6-speaker audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at speaker locations, audio inputs and controls, adjustments, then get out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling. I'll give you my thoughts at the end. And if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning, you just want to get to the music, click ahead in the video. We have chapters to get you right to the tunes. Also, if you're sick and tired of hearing these same songs week in and week out, sign up to become a DM member. You can actually request custom songs to be played on these cars and hear all of the custom sound tests we've shot in the past. So, if you want to support the channel and hear some different music, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. Link should be in the description, or if you're not on an iOS device, you should be able to click the little join button. So before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at the car. This is the very strange 2020 edition, if you can see that, 2020 edition of the 2021 Toyota Prius. I have no idea why they decided to do a 2020 edition, but either way, here it is. Now, I actually used to own a Prius. Surprise, surprise. I was a big fan of the second and third gen Priuses, but this Prius doesn't do much for me. I don't think it's styled well, and I think there are better competitors even within Toyota's lineup. You can get the RAV4 hybrid and get good fuel economy, or the Prime, spend a little bit more, or you can get a Corolla hybrid, which pretty much gets the same mileage with some better styling. But there are definitely still people who like the Prius, so if you want to see more on the car, check the links in the description. We've got highway fuel economy tests, DM test drive, and of course, the sound test. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality roll-in binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults. So let's take a look at those now. Very basic, standard Toyota infotainment screen here. Go back over to audio, down here to sound. You have treble, mid-range, and bass, and fader and balance, and a little bit of a sound levelizer. So as you speed up more ambient noise, the audio will adjust. So let's skip to the next song since this one's ending, and we'll go through treble, mid-range, and bass. Oh, I guess we do still have some time, so let's just do this song. Frustrating that you can't just click and drag that, but it works fair enough. For audio controls here in the Prius, you have a little volume knob here. You can reach up, grab it. No detents. Toyota doesn't do clicks, but easy enough to turn. And then you have volume adjustments on the left side of the wheel. For track selection, you can scroll through here. You can use the touch screen if you're on the now playing screen. And there's a seek button up there, and you can use the steering wheel right here, right by the volume adjustments. I like to see that. For audio inputs in the Prius, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, USB-A, Bluetooth, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay wired, and that is it. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, no USB-C, no disc player, no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, and no wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And as one of my viewers commented recently, no cassette player either. Gosh darn. So here in 2021, it definitely would be nice to see wireless CarPlay and a USB-C port, especially since there's only one data port for USB, but not the end of the world. For speaker locations, as I said, this is just a 6-speaker sound system. So starting in the bottom left, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in the back, 5, 6 in the doors. All right, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto demonstrations. Let's start with Android Auto first. As I said, there's only one USB port, so we're gonna have to unplug our tracks, plug in our Android device. There we go. It looks like I actually had to turn Android Auto on. For some reason it was off in the settings. I don't know if it would come that way default from the factory or what. But now we're getting Android Auto prompts. And there we have it. The screen turns into Android Auto. You can see our Waze maps coming up here. Click home. You got your app screen. Scroll down. What do we want to do? YouTube music. Where is that? Is it up at the top? Why wouldn't that be at the bottom? There we go. YT music. Got your songs there, and then let's go to settings screen. Not the most responsive, not the best resolution, but it does work. All right, let's try CarPlay. This is definitely a process. I had to disconnect my other phone. Now I'm connecting the iPhone via Bluetooth. Obviously, if you own the car, then This would just be a one-time setup process. You'd be good to go. But when you're people like us, constantly getting into new cars, takes a little bit of work. Oh, again, CarPlay was off. Why? Why wouldn't it just prompt CarPlay to be on? Who the heck turns that off? Bada bing, bada boom. CarPlay up and running. You see the home screen here. You can go into your maps. Apple Music. This one's running much quicker than Android Auto. Settings. And that's about it. Cool. Well, let's get the tunes going again and get on the road.
songs that you've heard many, many times on a really good sound system, sometimes you'll notice elements of the song and the music that you've never noticed before. Little background vocals or flourishes or maybe a subtle moving melody line that just never really has come out in a system before. This system is the opposite of that. A lot of your music gets lost. There's only 6 speakers. They're fairly basic sounding speakers, so you have these almost intensely crisp high-end tweeters coming off the windshield. It's very harsh in your ear, and then it's kind of blasting a high-end mid-range, not much satisfying lower mid-range, and then this high bass that's again just pumping through too much. It's too peaky without there being anything in the middle. Let's turn the music down for a quick sec. You can hear what the Prius sounds like at 70. Really not too bad for this price point. There's a little bit of extra wind noise and road noise, but again, what are you expecting? This isn't a luxury car.
for overall, it sounds pretty good. This next one, we'll start the song at its bass settings, and then we'll turn the bass all the way up. Oh gosh, that's pretty awful. My thoughts on the bass 6-speaker system here in the Toyota Prius. Really not good. It's not the worst we've ever tested. There are definitely some Hondas that are lower, but it'd be the type of system where if you were listening to it on a daily basis, some songs would be like, oh, this sounds good. This nice simple beat comes through okay in the speakers, you don't have it turned up too high. And then all of a sudden you'd turn on a little bit more complex song, maybe something from USB or Bluetooth, and you'd be like, oh, this is really harsh on my ears. I don't enjoy this. And for that, just relatively speaking, compared to everything we've tested, just for sound quality, it's getting the D. It's the D+. It's a strong D, but it's definitely below average, so that's where we're going. Subjectively speaking, given the infotainment system, the amount of inputs, things like that, it could maybe move up to a C, especially for this price point. This isn't a particularly expensive vehicle, so, I mean, what do you expect? This is a base system after all. So C, considering it's a base system and doesn't cost that much, but D objectively for sound quality. So thank you all so much for watching. We're doing the highway fuel economy test right now, and the Prius is exceeding its EPA number, so very impressive there. Be sure to check out the video down below in the description if you want to see what we actually come out with at the end of the test. We've got a DM test drive as well, so you can check that out too. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.